Kofi the underdog. Once upon a time, in a small village called Cape Coast in Ghana, there lived a boy named Kofi Apia. Kofi was 10 years old with short, curly black and warm brown eyes. He loved playing outside, climbing trees, and riding his bike. But there was one thing Kofi didn't love: school. Kofi found school really hard, while his friends seemed to understand math and reading easily. Kofi struggled. Numbers danced on the page, and reading big words felt like climbing a tall mountain. No matter how hard he tried, his grades were always low. His teachers would say, "Kofi is a nice boy, but he's just not very smart." Kofi felt sad. He started to believe that maybe he wasn't smart enough, but deep inside, there was a tiny voice that whispered, "Don't give up." One day, after failing another math test, Kofi overheard his teacher, Miss Mitchell, talking to another teacher. "Some kids aren't good at school," Miss Mitchell said. "Kofi tries, but maybe school isn't his thing." Kofi felt like his heart sank to his shoes. But instead of feeling bad forever, he made a decision. "If I can't be the smartest, I'll be the hardest worker," Kofi said to himself. That very day, Kofi came home from school and did something different. Instead of rushing outside to play, he sat down at the kitchen table with his math book. His mom, Miss Apia, looked surprised. "Kofi, are you doing homework before playing?" "Yes, Mom," Kofi said with a determined look. "I'm going to get better at this." At first, it was really hard. Kofi could only focus for 10 minutes. Before getting tired, he did not give up. The next day, he tried for 15 minutes. The day after that, 20 minutes. Kofi also started asking questions in class, even though he felt shy. He stayed after school for extra help and practiced reading at the night before bed. Weeks passed. One day, Kofi's teacher handed back a math quiz. Kofi felt nervous as he flipped it over. But then, B+. Kofi's eyes widened. It wasn't an A, but it was the best grade he had ever gotten. "Mom, Dad," Kofi shouted when he got home. "Look at my math quiz." His parents hugged him tight. "We're so proud of you, Kofi," Mr. Apia said. That small win made Kofi feel like he could do anything. He kept working hard, studying every day, and slowly his grades started to improve. As Kofi worked hard in school, he also had many adventures around Cape Coast. On weekends, he would visit the bustling markets with his parents, tasting delicious jollof rice and fried plantains. He explored the beautiful beaches, collecting seashells and racing with his friends along the shore. One day, Kofi and his best friend Kwame discovered an old hidden library near the Cape Coast Castle. The library was filled with dusty books and ancient stories. Kofi loved reading about the brave heroes and clever inventors. These stories inspired him to keep working hard, knowing that he can achieve great things too. Kofi even joined a local science club where he built simple machines and learned how things worked. His curiosity grew and he started dreaming of becoming an inventor one day. Another time, Kofi and Kwame entered a local flight competition. They spent weeks building the biggest, brightest cake Coast have ever seen. On the day of the festival, their cart soared higher than all the others, winning first prize. This taught Kofi the power of creativity and teamwork. During one school break, Kofi's family visited Kakum National Park. Walking across the canopy bridges high above the rainforest made Kofi feel brave. He realized that facing fears, whether in the classroom or on a swinging bridge, made him stronger. Climbing higher. By the time Kofi was in middle school, he wasn't just passing his classes. He was getting A's and B's. His teachers were amazed. Kofi has really turned things around, Miss Meetle said. He's one of the most hardworking students I've ever had. Kofi still found some subjects tough, but he never gave up. He learned that making mistakes was okay as long as he kept trying. He started to enjoy new things and his confidence grew. When Kofi started high school, he was ready for the challenge. He continued his routine, studying every day, asking questions, and staying focused. He even started helping his friends with their homework. Kofi joined the debate team where he learned to speak confidently in front of large crowds. He also played soccer for his school's team, finding joy in balancing sports and his studies. His leadership on and off the field made him popular among his classmates. By the time Kofi was in his final year of high school, something amazing happened. He had the best grades in his class. On graduation day, Kofi stood in the big stage wearing his cap and gown. The principal called his name. And the valedictorian for this year is Kofi Appiah. Everyone clapped and cheered as Kofi walked up to give a speech. I used to think I wasn't smart, Kofi said, but I learned that being smart isn't just knowing everything. It's about working hard and never giving up. If I can do it, so can you. After high school, Kofi went to college. He studied business and kept working hard. When he graduated with honors, Kofi had an idea. He remembered how hard school had been for him and how he learned to succeed through discipline. He wanted to help other kids who struggled like he did. So Kofi started a business called the Mindless Mastery. It was an online program that taught kids how to study, stay focused, and believe in themselves. His story inspired thousands of kids around the world. But starting a business wasn't easy. Kofi faced many challenges. There were times when the website crashed or when he only had a few people signed up. But Kofi remembered his own lessons. Never give up and keep trying. He reached out to other entrepreneurs for ideas. He improved his program and slowly his business grew. Kofi's business expanded beyond Ghana, reaching children in different countries. He was invited to give speeches at international conferences and even wrote a book about his journey. The lesson. Kofi's story teaches us that it is not about being the smartest. It is about never giving up and working hard and believing in yourself. Mistakes are just part of the journey, and with determination, anyone can achieve their dreams. So if you ever feel like something is too hard, remember Kofi Appiah, the boy from Cape Coast who proved that discipline can turn dreams into reality. The end.